Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. So, this, as you have already seen from the title, is an unboxing video of the new Seer'S tarot that I've just got. Um, this is very exciting actually. When I actually just started my tarot journey, Seer'S tarot was probably one of the earliest decks that I was drawn to, and I was like, oh my god, I want to work with this deck. I want to just buy it and get hold of it. But where I live, whenever I used to try and look up on Amazon for this deck, it was always either unavailable or it was out of stock or something like that, some jazz, or it was way too expensive for me. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait. So I bought, just like everyone, a lot of traditional readers. I bought my Rider Waite, the traditional blue and white with backings, and I trimmed it. This was kind of like my first experience when I trimmed the deck. I kind of modified it, and I kind of like it borderless. Then I got myself my second. Actually, this was my first deck, which is the Sacred Indian Tarot, because it's just the Major Arcana deck. So I was like, okay, I'll just look it up. I'll just buy it and I'll just see if I'm really interested in tarot or not. So this was kind of like the the guinea pig, so as to speak. So why I'm saying this is that I've been practicing tarot for around 2 years now, and I have bought fairly fair kind of variations of the tarot decks that I have. The next one that I bought was the Morgan Greer. Everyone's familiar with it. I guess it's one of the most loved tarot decks as well, especially for the beginners. I got it in my tin version because I wanted like a smaller deck just to like travel around with. So this, and I really like the tin. It's like really my aesthetic, I would say. With this backing, of course, is beautiful. So this was like my third purchase with the second absolute deck. Then I got myself the mini version because I was like, okay, why not? Let's just see if um, how it actually works. And I actually thought with the mini that it's going to be exactly as the tin size, or a little smaller, but I was actually like surprised with the size of the classic Llewellyn's classic tarot that we have. It has this backing, so it's kind of really tiny. You can see, right? It's just like my hand and the box. It's really tiny. But yes, the artwork is gorgeous, so I love working with this deck, especially in the personal readings. I use this mostly in my clients' personal readings, not so much on the general readings. So yes, and then of course I've got all the oracles. I don't use a lot of oracle cards, but this was a friend's gift for my birthday. This is one of the recent ones. Monology, of course, I just love moon, right? Who doesn't love the moon? Oh my god. So this was a must in my collection. For Moon Souls Tarot, you need a Monology deck, of course. I'm looking for a good tarot deck, which is based around the moon. So if you know anything about it, please let me know. The recent purchase before this was my Spirit Song Tarot as well. So this is not a collection aspect, but I still, because my collection is really small right now, I don't want to like grow it just like crazily and not appreciate what I have. So I am trying to go really slowly and steadily. And I love the deck. It's one of my first animal decks. That's the only animal deck I have, probably. Yeah, so that's also a really beautiful deck. And I love the size. It fits perfectly in my hand. So like for some people it's way too big, but for me it's just perfect. So yeah, as I said that I've bought so many decks and they were not planned, right? So that's how also I feel like how time unfolds itself, and I wanted to always get hold of the Seer'S tarot. And finally, here it is, guys. Ta-da! Yeah, so, and actually I think, but everything has its own reasons. There were so many days when I used to just go through Amazon and I would just like look up for this one, and it used to say out of stock, or it's unavailable and all of that jazz. And I was like, why I want this deck. And then I mean, obviously it's not like a very cheap deck. It's not way too expensive, but I guess it's 25, $26 around that, US dollars. But I got a great deal, you guys. I got a great deal. I got this for 16 or 16 and a half, 16 or $17, I'm not sure. But yes, I got this Light Seer'S Tarot for 16 to $17, which is a great deal. So without any, I've wasted enough time, I would say. I've wasted the first 5 minutes. So let's quickly, I haven't touched it. The plastic wrap is still on. So um, let's see. Wow, I love the color of it. It's a matte finish, so love it even more. Wow, I love the color. Just being a fashion graduate, the first thing that you notice about anything is color, maybe, most probably. The artwork was something that was so different. Um, why is there a hand though? I'm curious. Is it the artist's hand? This here, Chris Ann's hand, is it? Or okay. So it's published by Hay House, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it's published by Hay House right here. Of course, as usual, it's in a sturdy box. So let's open this. Cool. Oh, okay. This is fun. Okay, so we have a nice message on the inside. It says, "And into the gray we follow, like 1,000 flickering stars, and there in the in a sunlit hollow, we lose and find what is ours. Dear light and shadow seer, may this deck help you find what is yours." And what's interesting is that there's a signature of the artist. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a sign of Chris Ann. Beautiful. Love it. Gorgeous. Okay, so we'll keep this here. The frame is actually, oh, the guidebook is thick, you guys. We have a thick guidebook. It's longer as compared to, like, it's exactly like thicker like my Energy Oracle cards guidebook. It's just like less wider, less in terms of width, if I have to tell you. Okay, so before getting into the deck, let's just quickly have a look at the guidebook. What does it say? Oh wow, a journey of shadows and sunshine for Sean. Okay, who is that Sean? I have no clue. I'm sorry about that. Not for Sean. Okay, still, but this is beautiful. This is so pretty. Wow, it's like a handwritten lovely note. Okay, so we have in the content a working and healing with the Light Seer'S Tarot, then we have the majors, the minor, and then we have about Chris Ann, and then we have the acknowledgements. Alright, so we'll get into the guidebook later. Let's see. Wow, okay. Nice. So this is the deck right here. This is the signature backing. Now, okay, the backings is not that great, I would say. Like when I used to watch it on readings, I used to feel that it's absolutely black, but it's not. It has like a shade of black tone happening, which is okay. I mean, I don't have a problem. It does not have like a lot of gloss, which is good. I do not like very glossy, high gloss decks, which is interesting. The artwork though is really precise. It's very, very clear. Like you can see all the strokes and everything. So that is good. And I feel like It's matte in finish more so. Like it'll be easier for us to, like for me to shuffle. Okay. Okay. So we've got the deck out right here. It's a very lightweight deck though. Let's look at the cardstock. Um, the cardstock is good. It's the standard Hay House cardstock. I don't know if it's gonna bend a lot if I riffle shuffle this deck, so that's a question in my head right now. But this card size, if you compare it to my trimmed Rider-Waite, then it's a little bigger than that. So it's again that standard size. If it had borders, it's gonna match absolutely. So the card size is perfect. I would say the cardstock is also similar to this one. It's a little thick than the Rider-Waite. If I compare it to this one, it's a little thick, sturdier, yes. Okay, so let's. I'm not gonna flip through all the cards. But before we get into the deck and actually look at the artwork, because I haven't seen all the cards of this deck as well, so I'm really excited to see. But let's look into the guidebook. What is there? Okay, so dearest Lightseer, when I started creating the Lightseer's Tarot, I was determined to create a healing deck. So it's basically one of the main purposes that you can use this deck for is for healing, and I feel that's why a lot of readers use this deck for their personal readings, like their clients' readings. You know, doing personal readings for their clients, and I think it really helps. Okay, so it was to create a healing deck, one that was aligned with contemporary spiritual experiences and 21st century life. And I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons that this deck actually happened to be this this crazy, you know, and like everyone's probably worked with this deck already, or they want to, or you know, yeah, I feel like there are very few readers who have not appreciated this deck. So it's because it caters to the 21st century life, includes relatable, free-spirited characters who took responsibility for their own sunshine and light. I imagined a deck of intuitive guides who would dig into truth and unveil our shadow aspects as they shared their wisdom with us. So I feel like this deck is great for shadow work as well, like for your own shadow work. So if you do not read for other people, it's just something that is your spiritual practice, you know, with the help of tarot. You can really use this deck for shadow work as well. And this is what all I'm saying, what's here in the guidebook, okay? My goal was to create a happy deck that would lift me up without sacrificing tarot's incredible ability to illuminate any deeper meanings that hid beneath the surface. It had to be insistent enough to prod me to take responsibility for my thoughts and actions, while also inspiring me to do the deeper healing work when I was ready. The result of my study is the deck you hold in your hands, and I invite you to explore this world of traditional and non-traditional archetypes with me. It is my wish that you make the characters your own and breathe new meaning into their worlds as you work your magic into the cards. Okay, there's more. Tarot can be a profoundly healing tool, and as you explore the sunshine and shadow laden path of the light seer, I hope you hear it whisper that shadow is a profound tool and that light is an awesome endgame. If you want to go deeper with your cards, I have created the lightseerstarot.com website, interesting, where you'll be able to find more material to support your tarot journey. To connect with others who use deck, use the hashtag lightseerstarot to find another online, and etc. etc. Okay, if I had one piece of advice for a new reader, it would be trust in your ability to do this. You totally can. Wait, I have one more piece of advice. Have fun. Giant and epic magic to you, Chris Ann. Wow, great. So then we have new card slinger, the major arcana, the minor arcana, the note on uprights and reversals, and that's interesting. So let me read this, okay, real quick. Some readers use upright cards only, and many a case has been made there is no need to read with the reversals, as the full energy of the human condition is contained within the 78 cards. I believe this to be true. Others prefer to read with reversals, giving us 156 messages to work with. A reversal is when you pick a card and the image is upside down. I've chosen to include the meaning for upright light seer and reversal messages shadow seer as keywords in the guidebook, but of course I leave it up to you as to how you interpret it. There are three main ways people tend to read reverse cards. Reversals can convey more negative or shadowy traits. Within a card like Magician, his power to manifest when the card is facing upwards may turn into his power to manipulate when the card is flipped upside down. Yeah, so it's mostly like if you have a skill or an ability or a certain influence, you can use it for a good way or a bad way. It's just like that. How one situation or one trait can be used for a good thing or a bad thing, and that's how like kind of I work with like reversals. Or most of the time I work with as something that's delayed, or that's like that you need to focus on more, that's wanting more of your attention. Or sometimes it's just the opposite. If it's like Three of Wands is about probably waiting for the right time, Three of Wands reverse is like that, you know, the wait is over, probably there's new opportunity coming in, or there's something that you need to move forward, right? Yes, so sometimes it says here, sometimes reversals are seen as opposites. Most of the time I choose to read reverse as blocked or stagnant energy, because blockages can highlight important opportunities for healing. Okay, so that's interesting. Connect with your cards, and then we have questions, we have journaling aspect. So daily messages of light, one light aspect and one shadow aspect is 2. This is interesting. It's kind of like hand drawn, so the guidebook is also very interesting and unique. Then we have light worker illumination spread, calling in love spread. We have soul joy spread. Wow. And then we have the major arcanas. And okay, we have an affirmation for each card here, if you can see. So this is for the magician. I can manifest the life I desire through energy and action. So this is interesting. Then we have all the major arcanas, and then we have it for all the minors as well. And this is really great, I feel, for beginners, this deck, because it has these affirmations, and then the first thing, usually what I see is in guidebooks we have the big interpretation first and later the keywords for upright and reversals, which is kind of not how it works for me because I tend to look at the keywords first, so it gives you an idea to really work your understanding about the card. And here she has actually mentioned the keywords first, you know, light seer with the upright, shadow seer with the reverse cards, and that's really good. I mean, that's really great. I think like she's just like hit the nail on the head, and she's like looked into people's problems. And the font is also different, so it's like, you know, you can just work with the keywords. You know, it's not a compulsion that you have to go through the write-up or like the whole message, because it's in a smaller font. But if you want to go through it, you can go through it once, but it's the keywords that they really help you in the long run, right? Great. So what do we have at the end? Okay, we just have about Chris Ann. Okay, so let's read about the artist. That's also interesting. I plan to do like a 30 minutes video, so we still have like around 10 minutes, so we'll take it. Thanks for being curious about my world. I'm a designer, a brand strategist, and a lover of tarot and magical thinking. I was placed smack dab in the middle of my happy place when I brought my passion for design, magic, and card slinging into this epic tarot project. When I'm not creating decks, I'm helping entrepreneurs build their businesses via intuition, strategy, and magic, opening and closing sacred space, or spending time outdoors with my husband Alejandro. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Alejandro, and our Ozador puppy Jupiter. Wow, okay, great. So she's a designer, and I'm also a designer, so kind of like feel happy when people you know, yeah, just feels good. And the third eye chakra, which is the sixth chakra here, is really like coming out. So that's really interesting. So yes, guys, I'm not gonna bore you with all of my lectures and nonsense. So let's get straight into the deck after 20 minutes of my non-stop nonsense, but it's okay. So the first one we have is the Fool, and she's holding a an amethyst crystal, and that's so interesting. And there's a mandal art, which is like the sacred geometry that you consider, something like that on the card. So this is the Fool. Whoa. The cards are very like matte finish, which is good. There is a sense of gloss, but the colors are so vibrant, which is so great. We have the Magician. It's like he's doing some magic in water. I think so. You won't be able to see the kind of colors there are, um, on my camera, I guess, but they are gorgeous. We have the High Priestess. She's on the cover, baby. She's the cover girl. So, High Priestess. We have the Empress. Yeah, I've seen this card a lot. Although the texture of the cards is, there's definitely some texture. It's not plain. There's this rough texture, like a scratch, like, I don't know if you can hear the sound, right? It doesn't happen with this one. It's like absolutely smooth, but this has like a rough texture. So we'll see how it goes. When you look closely, you can see the strokes so like boldly. Like you can see all the strokes, and you can see that there's maybe some pen work that's been done, on each and every card. This is more clean. The Emperor card is a lot more clean, I would say. Really powerful though. It's the clothing. I mean, as a fashion student, clothes are something that you know that I'm first like drawn to. My attention goes to. We have the Hierophant. We definitely have some like you know universal drawings, or like these mandal arts, in a lot of these cards. We have like signs and symbols, which you can really work with. We have the Lovers. So that's interesting. um you know I feel like in this deck, it's everything that matters. The posture that the person is sitting in, the facial expressions, what the signs and symbols on each and every card. I think everything is. Oh, I love this Hermit. This is so relatable. This is so relatable. I love this one. Wow. The Wheel of Fortune, of course. This is so beautiful. We have the Justice, and what, wow, okay. Just imagine, like, this is the upright card for Justice, right? And when it comes in reversal, you can still read it. You can still read her facial expressions, the Shadow card, which is great. This is probably going to be one of my favorite cards. Cardstock. Okay, so next we have the Hanged Man. Again, there's definitely, she's probably drawing with a hand or something. Very, very relatable, of course. We have the Death or the Rebirth card. Now, this was interesting because a lot of people definitely kind of like all it, like in tarot, also in traditional tarot, it means like rebirth or transformation. It doesn't have to mean death most of the time. In very rare situations, and I think nobody can really predict someone's death. So it's majorly about a situation ending. It's majorly about certain things that end in your life, and new beginnings, of course. Um, so this is actually interesting that there's no human face here. There's no face, which is kind of interesting. I really wanted to kind of dive deep into this um, thing. Like, this is probably the only card in this whole deck where there's no human being. If I'm not wrong, I haven't gone through the complete deck. So we have Temperance, and perfect, we have the Sun and the Moon. We have the Devil. Oh, okay. Okay, yes. You notice the person that he's holding the strings to very late. It's more like he's calling you, you know, towards them, which is kind of like has a double, um, has a different kind of symbolism to it, which is great. We have the Tower. Oh wow, I never saw this Tower card. There's a bunny here. There's a rabbit, and there are butterflies, and there are acorns. Whoa, and it's just everything's just disappearing. It's such a magical card. I love butterflies, I love rabbits, so that's probably gonna be my favorite card. We have the Star, and she has the string to the star. Great. We have the Moon, beautiful. We have the Sun, we have the Judgment. This is like true meaning of awakening. It's just like you just feel like you were drowning, and then you suddenly just realize that you know how to swim. It's that kind of a realization that you know that you can do this. There's this sense of awakening. We have the World. That's the end card. And then we have the Wands. Okay. Yes, so we have the Wands the Wands, what do you say? Oh my god, what do you say that? For, kind of, wow, I've forgotten the word only. For elements, whatever, whatever. Okay. Then we have the Cups. Okay, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, beautiful. The card stock is, I mean, it's not bad, it's really good, but I just felt like it's going to be more like glossy or something like that. That's why I was like sometimes even like afraid to buy this deck. We have Ace of Swords, so the Swords element, and then at the end we have Pentacles. So like these are really matte. Okay, so let's see how do they shuffle. Okay, because this is the cards are definitely thick, you know. Look at the, okay, if I show you my Spirit Song deck, okay, it's bigger than that, of course, bigger than this one. You can see clearly there's this difference, wider as well, but it's this thick. Okay, so the cardstock is really thin, like not really thin, it's probably perfect, I would say. But look at this one. This one is thicker, obviously, than this one. So I'm not sure about if I'm gonna riffle shuffle, because when I riffle shuffle this deck, it's very, very easy. It's probably the best cardstock that I've seen. The Spirit Song Tarot. I do not riffle shuffle this deck because I'm just so afraid to just bend this deck. So that's that. But yes, so they're definitely thicker cards, or I don't know. I definitely feel like I've got the right one, but let's see. Hopefully, it's gonna shuffle nicely. So we're gonna shuffle the deck, guys. Oh, it shuffles beautifully. Wow. I did not expect this. But I don't know if it's gonna riffle shuffle because it's too thick. It's too thick. I can just shuffle it like this. Yeah. That's about it. It's not bending. I don't know if you can see, but it's still pretty much straight, but it's not gonna bend in the first go also, so I know that. What's interesting is 8 of Wands. Of course, I saw that. Great card. So let's see. It shuffles good, it just makes a lot of noise, I feel. That could be distracting for some. So let's pull out one card for today. It's almost 30 minutes. I've used all my time. So let's just pull one card for you if you've... Thank you for bearing with me, first of all. And if you've made it to the end of the video, I have a message for you. And whenever you're watching this video, whenever, and I mean whenever, in 21, like 2021, 2022, whenever you're watching this message is going to hopefully work for you. Oh wow, oh wow, we have the world, wow, and it just flew out. And I love the jumping cards, the jumper cards. So we have the world here for you guys. So there's definitely something that's coming to an end. Maybe you're finishing a project. You're feeling content, or you're feeling like, yes, I did it, you know. There's this sense of, I feel like this is like this whole journey. The ring here is the whole journey that you've kind of worked around, and you can see some like rope knots here and here and here. So it's like these were those difficult times, but now you've finally made it, right? And now it just, there's this feeling of satisfaction and completion, fruition. You can see the results. Wow, this is a great card. But this we also have the symbols here, so I don't know what they mean. They would definitely mean something, I would say. But this is definitely, I'm feeling like it's like that joy when you feel that, whoa, I finally did it, you know. It's that card for me. And it's like, it gives you, once you finish something, once you get rid of something, it gives you an opportunity to expand yourself. What's next, you know, to really be able to think about it. So I feel like this is a great time for you guys to wrap up things and move to the next thing. What's the next thing? We'll see at the bottom card. What's the bottom card? What's the next thing? Judgment. So we have awakening, we have new beginnings, and this is, I feel like maybe for some of you, you were going through a tough situation and it's coming to an end, and you will definitely go through healing. There will be healing, guys. And this is great because this is a healing deck as per the author. So it's a great, yes, we have Nine of Swords. So you're definitely going through some difficult phase here. In the past, maybe in the present, but don't worry, it's coming to an end and there's healing on its way, you guys. We have the Queen of Pentacles. You're gonna realize your power. You're gonna realize your potential. You're not gonna care about anybody who gives it, you know, who doesn't, you know. You don't have to be nice to the people who are not nice to you. It's just that simple. You don't have to waste your energy. You don't have to lower your vibration. You just need to feel your love, and you just need to just love your life and just be happy, you know. Just don't give those people importance who are not important, period. Wow, this is a great reading quick reading that I did for you guys. Thank you for being here. If you made it till the end of the video, congratulations. You were a part of the first reading that I did with the deck. If you missed it, then you missed it. Like, let them just be. Maybe this message wasn't for them. But yes, I have definitely crossed the the time of 30 minutes, so I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for being with me for such a long, nonsensical video, but I hope it made sense and it helped you to kind of I haven't really done a lot of unboxing videos. Maybe I haven't uploaded one either. I've just recorded a few, but I never uploaded them. But this one I'm really gonna upload it, hopefully, because I feel that Light Seer'S Tarot, and the way I do it, maybe my way of like understanding a deck and explaining a deck to you guys out there, it's going to definitely add some value if you are probably thinking about purchasing the deck and all of that. So thank you guys and have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.